All right, I'm back. So this is day 2 of the actual build. I think it's like day 4 of the challenge. Got a lot done yesterday. More of it's mock-up, and part of this phase for me when I'm building a Gaslands car is more just kind of seeing what looks good. I mean, I have an idea in my head to a degree, but usually that doesn't always translate to my hands, or it just doesn't look good in general. So what I did is I took the wheels off of this Power Wagon, and I was going to use all 4 of them, you know, just like it is here. And I decided against that. I ended up doing dually wheels. I took the motor off this T-bucket that I showed earlier, and I'm still debating on the actual chassis, whether I'm going to use that for my harpoon nest or scrap it all together, or I'm not really sure. I'm definitely not going to use this. I still may use this for the gun, but I'm thinking not. I may save that for a different project. Excuse me. So here's kind of what I have. I don't know if you can see that. I'll go through step by step what I did. Essentially, it's in multiple pieces. So for the wheels, what I did is I wanted to go with the dually wheels. So I used all 4 from this truck, and I put them all, you know, side by side. So what I ended up doing, this is a little different than what I'm used to doing. I'm used to using brass tubing, but with a plastic base like this, I find it doesn't stick very well. And the white evergreen stuff works pretty decent. So what I had to do was use a piece of, I really wish I knew the size of what this was, but I had bought this a while ago, just thin rod, and it's the size of the axles for all the Hot Wheels cars. You can get it at any craft store. Hell, you can even get the, what do you call it? The stuff in the floral section. They have a lot of wire like this. They have like 8,000 different sizes. You can bring like a wheel down with you and just kind of like poke it out of the thing and try them all. Get the right one. It's wicked cheap and you get a ton of it. But anyways, so what I had to do is I had to make my own axle. So pretty much what I do, I'll show you, is I have this steel block. You can kind of use anything, a vise, whatever. And so what I'll do is I'll take this punch, and I just kind of go on the end and I'll punch it down. And what it does is it flattens it out and kind of mushrooms a little bit. And then I'll take and I'll slide 2 wheels on. And then essentially all I did was just to get the right width. And I wanted it on this one, I did just kind of tubbed. I wanted it spaced out more. So I got the right dimensions that I wanted. And then I put the 2 tires on and I cut what I needed to do. The problem was, see, with the brass rod, I don't think I have any out. Actually, I do. With the brass rod, essentially what I can do is I can cut the axles in half, and I'll put, you know, half in, and then I'll crimp this end with a pair of pliers. So the wheel will still move, but the axle's stationary. So I can assemble it that way in halves. This one, because I did it all at once, I had to take the styrene and cut it, which I hacked the shit out of it, but getting it on there is not that easy. This took me like 20 minutes for the first one, took me 5 minutes for the second one. I found what I had to do is take the styrene tube, and I kind of stood it straight up, and then I just took this and cut it straight down like that. And no matter how hard you try, it doesn't go straight. So I just had to keep gapping it a little bit, so I took a little bit of material out, and that made it a lot easier. But that's what I had to do on this. I did it on the back and the front. The front, these wheels are leftovers that I had in my kit. I believe they were from the Matchbox Mustang, part of that four-wheel drive kit, like a 4-car pack. So it worked out good because I was planning on using these, and then I ran out of tires. So this works out good. On the bottom, take all this apart. What I did, I don't know if you can see that or not. Here's my pick. I kind of notched this out a little bit because I'm not going to go in here. If you do that, the tires are going to sit way up in the wheel wells, and it's just not going to look good. So I just notched this enough to fit this in here, and then I'll glue that on after I paint the base. The front I haven't done yet. I'm going to pretty much grind this almost completely smooth. And that'll give it just a little bit of a rake. I mean, it's a muscle car, it's a Mustang. It's supposed to have, you know, a little bit of a rake. And then, actually, the next thing that I did is I filed out, I was going to cut out the entire trunk. I kind of opted against that, and I notched out the roof here to the point where this would fit in and fit in straight. So now the only issue that kind of presents is where I'm going to have the exhaust. I may drill 3 holes, 4 holes in the trunk and have my exhaust come out there. There's not enough beef back here for me to do anything, and there's not enough of a gap in the wheel wells. When this sits, it sits pretty much like this, and that's way too tight. And I also thought about possibly out the back, but I like the taillights, so I may try to keep a lot of these details. So pretty much, I guess my only option, I kind of talked myself into it, is the trunk. And again, I'm winging it. Obviously, you can tell just by listening that some of it, you know, changes as you go. So if I had 4 exhausts, you know, slightly sticking up, that'll look pretty cool. And then I had to take the interior and pretty much cut it in half. There was a back seat. I think I hucked it. Here it is. I got shit falling everywhere. It had a rear deck, and then like a small back seat, so it was like that. But with the motor back there, I had to cut that out. So I'm going to grind this a little smoother, paint that up. It'll look pretty good. And then I had to chip away at the front a little bit because I cut out the hood. And this base has 1 post only, and then it locks in with the grill. So the grill sits in here, like so, then it snaps in. So with the interior in, it kind of pretty much sits flush here, so I'm gonna have to make a piece that comes flat and just kind of box all this area in to do whatever it is I decide to do with weaponry. Either rocket launcher or harpoon is kind of what I'm thinking, and then I'd make a platform that came out to mount the chain. But the happy side effect is when I cut the hood, I want to incorporate, if I can, the hood, because I love the Cobra Jet scoop. So I'm either going to use it as a ram in the front, some sort of tombstone thing in the back. I really don't know. I mean, I might not be able to use it at all, but that's kind of the goal. And then what I did is I took this wire wheel attachment. Now this is really soft steel, and I went over the whole car to dull it out, and I took off all the decals on this door because I want to paint this door a different color, you know, like it was piecemealed together. I got a little bit more to do. It's still a little shiny. I may take some sandpaper to it, and then I'm going to matte clear it so that way when I add any of my weathering, it'll adhere better to the matte clear than no matter what I get for a finish on this, because it's still, you know, still smooth, but you can still see some of the buildup of the original paint from the factory. So I'm also going to take my knife or my pick maybe and etch out these lines a little bit, just so when I start building up paint, I get some edging and I'm not destroying all my body lines, which, I mean, the Mustang, that's what it's known for, so I want to make sure I keep that. So anyways, that's where I'm at on day 2, and today my goal, whether it happens or not, is to continue to dry fit everything. I'm going to finish getting the right stance that I want in the front. I'm going to probably start boxing in the front here, get this. But most importantly, I got to figure something out with this exhaust, because I just think that's going to make the car. So that's kind of the goal for today. I'll give another update tomorrow. I'm not sure where I am for time, so it may be on this video and it may be on another video. I'm not sure. So anyways, that's where it is. Appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned. As soon as I'm done, trust me, it's killing me not to post pictures of this on Instagram, but I don't want to give away what I'm doing. And you know, this is a challenge, so it's supposed to be fun, but at the same time I want to win. So and I definitely don't want, I'm not going to want to get rid of this when I finish, because it's coming out really, really good. I also got to get some mesh to put in here. I'll probably update that on my next video. So again, thanks for watching, and hopefully you found this somewhat entertaining, and I'll catch you on the next one.